Hi. Yeah, this is amazingly fun for me. Woke up this morning really feeling better. Yesterday was a hard day, and today I woke up, right? And I'm alive, and now I'm doing alive, and I'm going to continue to do them. So today I'm thinking about justice for workers, and I'm working on a podcast specific about restorative justice for workers. So we'll see how that goes later today. But so so something came to my mind. It was in the back of my mind like this whole time, but for whatever reason, obviously different reasons, it came to my mind last night and then again this morning. And so first off, what I want to make clear to everyone that I know watches, and thank you again for watching, and thank you for telling your friends, because we're going to get this out to people in Wyoming so we can tell Wyoming stories in a different voice with a different narrative. I do not no longer do grant writing. I have spent a lot of time in my life managing grants, working with grants, developing grants, doing all the things with grants, the whole compliance thing. And this last grant that I submitted just about killed me. Like I thought I was going to have a stroke. So that's not good, right? So it's either lose my life or lose my job. And I'll tell you, that's why I'm happy today. That's why I'm happy that I woke up and I'm alive to do this live, is because I could have lost my life, right? Like that didn't happen. I just lost my job, and I do not do grant writing. So don't ask me. I know people are like, well, you used to. No. For many, many reasons. I don't want to do anything with grants. So starting July 1st, 2025, Wyoming law significantly restricts employers from asking former employers to sign non-compete agreements. Here's what the new law, Senate Bill 107, does. Okay, again, Wyoming focused, but we're going to talk more broad. So the general rule, non-competes are void. Most non-compete agreements that limit a person's ability to earn a living, whether skilled or unskilled labor, will be unenforceable if signed on or after July 1st, 2025. This includes I'm just educating. That's all I'm doing, because I don't trust the justice system, and I'm not going to waste my time and effort and energy. This includes agreements with former employees, meaning employers cannot require them to sign a non-compete unless one of the exceptions applies. Okay, so you have some exceptions here. The sale or purchase of a business, non-competes tied to a business transaction remain valid. That makes sense. Protection of trade secrets, agreements narrowly tailored to protect trade secrets may still be enforceable. Again, completely understandable. Recovery of training or relocation costs. Now I think look, I saw on my teeth. A seed. Okay, that's alive for you. All right. Recovery of training or relocation costs. That's gone. All right. On how long the employee stayed, e.g., 100% if less than 2 years. Executive or management personnel. Non-competes may still apply to high-level staff and their professional teams. Okay, that all makes absolute sense. Okay, special note for physicians, because this is really serious in a place like Wyoming, where it's so hard to recruit physicians and get them to stay. A non-compete, it can be completely detrimental to the healthcare in that community, right? Like we need physicians, healthcare personnel to be able to move from location to location. So here's the special note for physicians. All non-compete clauses in physician contracts will be void, allowing doctors to freely practice and notify patients of their new location. All right, that's cool. That's a good thing. That's a broad move. Why Wyoming passed Senate Bill 107? Okay, worker protection. Lawmakers cited real-life cases like a nurse sued for leaving her job as examples of how non-competes, okay, and I want to talk about this nurse leaving her job as examples of how non-competes can trap low-wage and skilled workers in unfair legal battles. Because workers, you're just not going to win. It's not going to happen. Okay, it could happen. 4% chance that it's going to happen, that a worker is going to win a lawsuit, a single worker. A collective of workers organize solidarity. They have a stronger chance of winning, but a single worker has almost none. So it's unfair legal battles. So this bill protects workers from unfair legal battles. Economic mobility. The bill aims to empower workers to seek better opportunities without fear of retaliation or litigation. Thank you. Public health priorities. Special provisions for physicians were included to ensure continuity of care, especially for patients with rare disorders. Yeah, there you go. Legislative momentum. The bill was championed by legislators like Chairman Knapp and Representative Lawley. All right, kudos, who emphasized balancing business interests with worker rights. What happens if I do that? Nothing. Okay. Do other states have similar laws? Yes. So Wyoming's not alone. It's not enough for like a amendment or whatever, but it's okay. Here's the other states. California has a full ban. Non-competes are void across all industries. Minnesota has a full ban since 2023, broad prohibition with few exceptions. Montana, full ban 2025, recently enacted sweeping ban. North Dakota, full ban, long-standing prohibition. Oklahoma, full ban, non-competes are unenforceable. Colorado, partial restriction, only allowed for highly compensated workers or trade secrets. Illinois, that's a good one. That should exist, actually. Illinois, income thresholds. Bans apply to workers earning below a certain salary. Oh, that's interesting. That was Illinois and Oregon. Excuse me. Texas and Virginia, new restrictions as of 2025, tightened rules on enforceability. Nearly 34 states plus DC now restrict non-competes in some form, and 6 states have banned them entirely. All right, so what does that mean? How do we move forward? We're not living in the problem, we're living in the solution. HR implications. So number 1, policy overall. So for businesses, your HR policy. Your HR teams must audit existing contracts and onboarding templates to remove or revise non-compete language. And legal counsel should be looped in to ensure compliance, especially for executive level roles or trade secret protections. I got something on my lip. All right, so that makes sense too, right? Executive level roles and trade secret protections, you want to make sure that your contracts reflect that. Talent acquisition and retention. Employers can no longer rely on non-competes to retain talent. So culture, compensation, career development are even more critical. Think about that. HR may need to strengthen confidentiality and IP agreements to protect proprietary knowledge without restricting mobility, right? So what's my intellectual knowledge that I'm bringing to the table that I get to carry with me, and what was further developed by the group that the company now gets to keep with them. Training and cost recovery. All right. The law allows employers to recoup training or relocation costs. I don't know how that's tied into a non-compete, but they did that. If an employee leaves within 2 years, I have no idea how they got that. That's one of those things that they got in there. Like, what does that have to do? Like recouping training and relocation costs. All right. Anyway, moving past that. HR can build transparent cost sharing agreements that respect worker autonomy. All right. For organizing and advocacy opportunities, I hope to have with the podcast that I'm doing on restorative justice, that we'll have a companion guide that goes with it that's talking about organizing and advocacy opportunities. Thinking 4 steps ahead just now, and now coming back into the present. Okay, worker education. Organizers can host workshops to help workers understand their right under the new law, especially in healthcare, tech, and service sectors. So if you want to know more about non-competes, contact me. And how we can talk more about it within your organization. Coalition building. Did I see it happen again? Oh, look. Am I getting the right tooth? Thank you for letting me brush my teeth while I'm on camera. Okay, I'm going to put this down. Otherwise, I'm going to keep drinking it. and I don't want to. So thanks. Yeah, I just brushed my teeth on camera. Make a GIF out of that. Thank goodness I didn't actually say everything that was going through my head. Coalition building. All right. Let's go back to worker education. Storytelling around past abuses, like the nurse sued for leaving her job, can galvanize support and build solidarity. Coalition building. This law creates common ground across industries. Skilled trades, gig workers, and professionals alike benefit. Yeah, okay, that's good. All right. Labor groups, disability advocates, and immigrant rights coalitions can align messaging around economic freedom and dignity, and Wyoming's move can inspire similar efforts in neighboring states. Organizers might track bills in Colorado, Nebraska, or Utah and build cross-border campaigns. Okay, that is that on non-competes in Wyoming, in case you wanted to know. There is a thing you can do if I'm talking too slow, or you can skip through things to get to the end here. But so anything personal happening that I wanted to share, I shared about the eye doctor. Yeah, it was pretty low yesterday, but I made it through. So I binge watched, I did Black Summer. I just was like, I can't deal with anything. Like, I'm going to make up stories in my head that are true. And then for some reason, I'm going to have something like verify that the story is true. And then I'm going to believe it. And it's still just a story I made up in my head. So instead of that, I binge watched Netflix Black Summer. And again, a very in-depth story about women and how resilient we are. One of the characters throughout the whole story arc is a powerful woman who like survives the horde, right, of everything, and the way she does it and how she does it, and the language she uses. It's just powerful story arc again about women, and women's resilience. So that made me think just now of the Academy Awards, the Oscars. It's almost impossible for a woman to get. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it seems to me like a lot of times, especially more recently, for a woman to win an Oscar, she has to have performed sex on camera. That's like a big criteria. Did she perform sex on camera? Then we'll give you the Oscar. That's just my opinion, though. I don't have any evidence to back it up. Except, we could look. Yeah. Look at all. Okay. Another day. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Every day, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Mountain Time, with my cat, Maddie.